Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Dead Open, and things are coming together beautifully. These past few months have been some of the most influential months for Dead Open that have ever existed. This is by far, or at least this quarter of the year, has been the transformative period for Dead Open. This was the Dead Open season. It was, it was perfect. So many ideas and so much of that. And I'll be completely honest with you guys. Yes, I have been smoking for quite a long time now, for about nearly half a year, or maybe like 5 or 4 months, definitely 5 months. I don't know if half a year yet. And not only that, I do have something with me. Right now, inside of me, I have kratom. Yes, I have some red kratom to help me calm down. I find that it actually makes me laugh quite well. And I have been taking AHC, so I have been taking a few drugs, I'll be completely honest with you, to help me with the process of thinking about Dead Open. I am proud that about 80% of the ideas still that I came up with were without any drugs, but what they did is help me piece things together in my mind to help me basically bridge every idea that I've had and in my mind make it into one big idea thing. Now, in my mind, Dead Open 1, Dead Open 2, and Dead Open 3 are finished. I know what they're about. I know which characters and protagonists they're gonna have. I have a pretty good feeling about how they're going to handle the personality types and what happens in them. And I'll actually tell you the main messages of these games. Now, I have been thinking about how are these videos actually going to be perceived when Dead Open comes out. I don't know, maybe the first game sells 10,000 copies, maybe it sells 10 million, maybe no, I don't think so, but if it's able to ever sell more than like 50,000 copies or 100,000, man, that would be a dream, wouldn't it? So then, okay, people go on an Easter egg hunt about Dead Open since, theories. And I'm just thinking, how are people going to find these videos? How are they going to react to them? And how are they going to react to the things that I do say in them? And, I have my helper here. Oh god, I'm sitting on like this bucket and it's a little finicky. Yeah, so let's so lift up your glass and toast yourself for your health. That's one of the best scenes in Dead Open. Oh man. I am going to tell you about these games. And yes, this is sort of maybe spoilery. And sure, things are going to change, and things may be very different in years. But I will tell you what I do have in mind. Dead Open 1. Jesse Inferna. He's not Ron Brikes anymore, he's Jesse Inferna. Do you get it? Jesse, J, Inferna, INF, INFJ. Makes sense. It's also nice that Jesse has SE in it, so it's a lot of this stuff. And I think that's really cool. And I think it's a cooler name than Ron Brikes, which is stupid. Also, I don't feel like naming a ginger kid Ron. I feel like we've been through that once, so that's enough. One time is enough for that. I think Jesse is a cool name, and he goes on to find Zaynton, and he has to team up with Kim Stargazer, 313, and ISTJ, which I don't know the name for yet. His old friend. Right now, he's called Marlu Gallows, but that may change in the future, although it's a very cool name. And they go on this journey through Dead Open Worlds to find Zaynton. And this journey, with these four, this Fantastic Four group, I guess, they're all about... I'm thinking, in my mind, with their god functions and all that, what it is that they want to do. Oh man, why am I having trouble? I'll put in the wait. I can think of it. It's okay. You can wait. It's a nice atmosphere here, and it's raining a lot, and I can't do anything else right now. So I guess I just better be here. Um, I'm pretty sure it's all about accomplishing a goal and being accepted, but that's not exactly it. Oh man, this is a problem. I don't know why I forgot this. It's a brain fart. I check it out in my notes right now because I do have it there, but that would end the video. I'll put in the description what this first group is all about. The INFJ, ENFP, ESTP, ISTJ group. But they learn to come together. They learn to learn from each other. They learn to learn. Wow, such words, and to find Zaynton. The game is also all about how Zephyr has to overcome his addictions. And for example, there is a scene where you're on this rainy field, sad field, which may be familiar to you from older videos. It's where I go. And there is a boss coming up, and all these characters are telling you, hey, take this drug, take this drug, take this drug, because it's going to make you feel better, it's going to make you feel better. And it's like people that Zephyr used to know. He's still called Zephyr, yes. Jesse Inferna is Zephyr. And if you take them, the boss does become very easy, almost painfully easy. But in the end, if you do continue to take these things to make the game easier, the Madhouse, who does want to go after Zephyr, since he is misusing the Dead Open powers for his own good and for his own addictions, which is not good. So Madhouse comes in, and it's either a very easy boss fight based off of if you went through the game without any addictive substances, so the game was pretty difficult. But the Madhouse fight is also very difficult if you did take those substances, if you did get through the game in a very simple way. And I feel like that's a great way to combine the message of the game, or at least about the addictions, or even the story, into gameplay and how to connect those two. And, yeah, so the gameplay, the ideas are all there as well. And it's great. Dead Open 2, I know the villain, I've mentioned him once before, and Vishnu will also maybe be there and be a little bit of a sneaky bastard, that Vishnu. And so the game ends in Bhagavad Gita, and Oppenheimer, oops, yep, said it. Sorry, right now it's looking like it would be Oppenheimer. He would be the main villain of Dead Open 2, and he would basically... I still don't have the exact idea in mind, but I know what's going to happen. The main character will be an ESTJ. Right now her name is Sloane Sierra. So Sloane Sierra is this teacher, this Canadian and kind of French teacher. Maybe she used to be in the army or something, so that's why she's doing all the cool stuff and going on these heists. And it's a game that is like Dead Open 1, but the fights are time-based. This game is all about time. It's a scary game. This one is definitely on the creepier side with Lovecraft and all of this. And it's a game that follows Sloane Sierra, then something Fiera, so INFP, so ESTJ, INFP, then Zaynton, ENFJ, and ISTP, dude, which I still don't know the name. And they go on this journey to basically uncover this truth about what is actually happening, because there is something not going exactly right. So it's a very mysterious game. It's maybe like a little bit of a murder mystery. And there are these parts where, you know, in those adventure games when there's like this point and click stuff where you like go into like you have this little screen and you have to click on things and find things in rubble, and like the game's telling you what to find, and it's time based. So those would be little cool sections in the game. It would be definitely a much more silent, a somber, a more sentimental, a dark game, right? Inspired by Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. Now, I had this talk to myself about this. Why Angel of Darkness? Why Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness? Why is Dead Open 2's main inspiration Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness, known as one of the worst games ever made? Because, yes, The gameplay is terrible. But I think that if we really want to understand art and get inspired by it, we have to find the good in the bad. And Angel of Darkness has something that not many other games really have, and that's the incredible atmosphere. Even the story, somewhat. The story, the atmosphere, and the music, the locations. Some of the locations are just superb, and the atmosphere in them is amazing. I'd love to get that down in Dead Open 2. Maybe even use the same locations and just give them the justice that they deserved if Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness was a finished game. And so then we get on to Dead Open 3. Dead Open 3 is going to be all about ice hockey and a music competition with furries. So the main character of this game is Zoe. She's Czech, and she is trying to battle. She's trying to win two battles. The first one is that she is part of an ice hockey team, and she is trying to win with that team, and that's difficult for her because she is not doing as well as she would want to. And there is a conflict between, not conflict, but in the Dead Open world, she also is given the job to coach this team of three or so like furry girls who want to win the music competition. So this is clearly inspired by your Sing movies, and it's especially Rock Dog 3. So it's funny because Rock Dog, it's like, so once again, Rock Dog, the series, they're considered pretty bad movies. Especially like the second and third. I think the second isn't too good. I think the third actually has one of the best things I've seen in a long time in any movie when it comes to writing. And when I told this to like my sister, she laughed like crazy. Like she thought it was an okay movie, but people just don't since this is what angers me. There is something, I think we've been too spoiled nowadays. I think that we're used to everything being so good, and if it doesn't meet our standards, we don't even want to watch it. There's so many reviews of Rock Dog 3. I know I'm arguing about a furry movie that's straight to video, but people missed so much. People missed what's in the actual writing. And if I was listening to myself right now, even the first time I saw it, which I thought it was okay, I think I'm crazy, but the ending song, Let's Come Together, everything that happens in the movie leading up to that song, I could talk about it for 10 to 15 minutes, just how beautifully, so beautifully and satisfyingly that final song encapsulates what has happened throughout the story. From Angus making that little piece of music because Bodi told him to make a song about harmony, so he basically writes that little tune down that in the end plays in the final song. And from the moments when the power goes out in the end and they incorporate that into the final song, because the instrumental of that song doesn't actually have a silent part, so that's not part of the actual song, but they just go with it because it happened in the moment and it was beautiful. The part with Axe, which is at the end, the crocodile guitar guy, when he plays the guitar to ruin their song, they end up also putting that into the final song. And there's so much stuff like that. Another thing, when Bodi starts singing with the girls, because, I mean, of course, they all come together. Oh god, my fucking headphones. I got new headphones. Bodi ends up singing with them, and he ends up singing the part about harmony. There are no lyrics in the song about harmony, because it's a song called Let's Come Together. There's nothing about harmony. Even though the song is about harmony, there are no lyrics about harmony. But since Bodi and Angus, in the very beginning, wanted to make a song about harmony, Bodi ends up singing harmony lyrics to the song that were not originally there. And that's absolutely amazing. It's why the song is called Let's Come Together, but in the credits, it's in brackets harmony, because for Bodi and Angus, the song is harmony, but for K9, the girls that Bodi's teaching, it's called Let's Come Together. And not only that, but even the way that it beautifully comes together or comes around, where Bodhi is the one telling Angus, because Angus is you need to see the movie to understand this, but Angus is caught up in the zingers, in zinging and in insulting other contestants and or the other contestant. And he stopped caring about what the music is actually about. And Bodhi in the beginning tells him that's not a good thing. This show should be about music. It shouldn't be about these insults. And so Angus changes his mind and starts making the song that's about harmony that doesn't end up getting played. So Bodhi has to come in and coach the girls. And now what's so interesting is the same thing starts happening to Bodhi, and he starts getting into the insults. He doesn't care about the music anymore. And Dharma has to come in and tell Bodhi now, just like Bodhi told Angus, but Dharma now tells Bodhi that that's not what it's about. They have to make it about harmony. So then, just like Angus changed his mind, Bodhi does as well. And it all comes together, ironically, in a beautiful ending. From a writing perspective, there's almost no better way to make a final song. And it is by far actually one of the most satisfying climaxes in a movie from a writing perspective I have seen in a very long time. Now, to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of movies, but it is just so good. And the amount of potential about Bodhi being, there could have been moments where they bonded, where the girls actually talked about more about their life, where Bodhi and the girls hanged out, where Angus could have played a bigger part in the story, even though he didn't really need to, because there wasn't a big point to him being in the story. But if they had more moments about just have more intimate moments, like have maybe some aspect of loss in the movie, and now they have to deal with that. It had so much potential. So that's why I'm just putting it in. It's a Did Open 3, and there are so many reviews of Rock Dog 3 once again saying this is a pain to watch. This is one of the worst animated movies I've seen. Like, I'm not even joking. The reviews existed, and that's fine. Opinions exist, but it's such a shame that when something just doesn't look great, and it may not have things about it that are great, and we come into it already with low expectations, we just end up missing some of the greatest ideas right before our eyes, and we don't realize it. So that's why I Did Open 3 will do Rock Dog justice. So take the same idea. Zoe or somebody else will have to coach these like 3 girls about the music, but unexpected things happen, and loss and sadness starts to happen. With obviously Kings of Nothing also being in the competition, and things happening, tragic things happening to them, with then the end song playing called Torskog, Bad Luck and Trouble, talking about the ideas of suicide and revenge. And with all that, and also the main villain, who his name I will not say again due to spoilers. I know who it is, however, and I've had this name in my mind for a very, very long time. It's a very cool name. It's somebody that Zoe used to know. She's connected to this person, and the way that it comes together with the hockey game that Zoe then plays in the end, and everybody actually again coming together in the end, even the older groups, the group from the second game, which is heartbroken. And I think from right now looking at the whole perspective, Dead Open 3 might be my favorite game if it ever happens. Dead Open 4, I have a rough idea of what it would be, but I don't have a good idea. There have to be 4 games. If every single game talks about 4 characters, so 4 personality types, then it's logical that there are 4 games in order to, cover all 16 personality types well. And I am just so excited about the future of Dead Open, with now Dead Open 1 being 90% just finished in my mind, at least, which is very important, actually. Dead Open 2 being mostly finished in my mind as well, and Dead Open 3 actually also, I definitely have the best idea of Dead Open 1 and 3. I think magical things might start to be coming together. And I highly recommend that you try and look at a game like Angel of Darkness and realize the potential that was there, realize what could have been good, and realize that it really could have been one of the best things in a long time. Maybe not that, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but the things that are good about it are so good. The ambition there had so much potential. And let me not even get started on Rock Dog. I know, it's a ripoff of Zootopia and Kung Fu Panda and Sing and all these things, but the first movie, I don't even have to argue about that one. It has a lot of heart. It's a highly rewatchable movie, with Glorious being one of the best songs I've heard in a movie. It's such a moving song, it's so great. And the second one is not that great. Although it's commentary on, which the third one also has that commentary. The third movie talks about racism. Rock Dog 3 is about racism and inequality and like accepting the diversity of people between wolf and sheep. It's deep. It is deep, man. It's like deep. We've Dead Open, Rock Dog 2, exploring the idea of how being like this sensation, this marketable person, just completely derails you from what you want to accomplish in the first place, which is follow your dreams, and you've been ruined and manipulated into being this sheep, this marketable person, right, who does it only for the money and doesn't put any actual heart and love into it. It's deep as hell. It really is. And more movies, more animated movies need to take on these ideas. Zootopia did it great with its idea, or how it talked about racism. Rock Dog 3, in my opinion, did it amazingly as well. So yeah, that's all for now. Also, wouldn't it be cool if there was a Skrillex song in one of the games? Maybe not the first two, but maybe third or fourth. Wouldn't that be cool? Because, it's all about dubstep. The games have dubstep, right? I love dubstep. I think it's one of the greatest music genres ever, just because of its complexity and its pure raw emotion of the growls and all that. When I tell you that growls can make me tear up, I'm not even joking. Like, listening to Scary Monsters Nice Sprites, I legitimately teared up. It's also obviously a lot about, it's from nostalgia quite a bit, but just, there's something to it. And that doesn't mean that I think that's better than all types of music, which is ironic since Bodi also was all about, hey, rock and roll is the best music, there's no other good music. It's like, you know what's really ironic about that? He literally says that in the movie, and one of the little plots, or one of the things that Bodi has to deal with is like, he has to realize it's not just about rock music. The fucking ironic thing is people in the comments of the movie were legitimately, there was quite a lot of people saying, like 3 or 4, which is more than you would expect, saying, what the hell is this movie? There's not even rock in it. What is this pop shit? I ripped the fattest laugh because it's so ironic, since the message of the movie, or one of the smaller messages, is literally the fact that there are other types of music, and Bodi has to accept that. But that's just a funny little thing. But I think, oh man, if I wanted a Skrillex song, I'd probably take First of the Year. Man, there's so many versions of that song that were unused, and like early versions and demos, and you could make that into a full-fledged fight, and it'd be so cool. Man, but that's just ideas. They come and go, and I wish that this one could be a reality. It's not impossible, but I'll see. So the first stop, away from the games, and into the 16 Protagonist website. One day it's gonna happen, and I want you to be here. And thank you for listening to all these ramblings and all these videos, as this is just the beginning. I love you. And enjoy the games and the experiences, alright? Enjoy. Thank you.